Hey besticles. This video will be my makeup routine, my goofy little makeup routine. I'm gonna go over how I got this look, which is honestly really, I guess, easy, but there's like a lot of shit to do. And it's no foundation, just concealer and foundation powder. This video will not be funny in the slightest. You know what, don't even look at me. If you look at me, you're homophobic. So I just got out of the shower. Yas! Of course, the second I step out of the shower, you need to moisturize. I have my CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion.
Slay! Slay!
I have to do my eyebrows. What I'm gonna do today is some water and a little thing of soap. I'm just gonna spray it. Then I'm gonna take my dirty ass spoolie and I'm just gonna scrape it around in there until it becomes white.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna comb it up into my brow. And when I think that looks pretty good, I'm just gonna press it down so it gives that laminated effect. But that one is laid flat. I'm gonna do the other. And those look good. I'm going to take a Q-tip and I'm gonna wet it, and then I'm gonna take off the excess soap over it and under it because you don't want it clumping whenever there's concealer on it because that's gross and it doesn't blend. And then I'm going to make a tail. And now, funny thing, I don't have a single actual eyebrow tool. I have an old eyeliner thing, and I'm gonna literally just put it in some like tan brown eyeshadow, and I'm gonna create a shape. Like I'm just gonna make the tail, and then I'm gonna do the individual hairs. Now I'm taking a slightly darker brown, and I'm gonna start drawing a few hairs. Now I'm gonna take my unfortunately dried up black eyeliner. It's like in one of the dishes or whatever. I'm gonna draw even littler hairs. I'm extremely happy with that. Now I get to apply my e.l.f. Poreless Primer. I used to think that the harder you exfoliated, the smoother your skin would be, but over exfoliating really just makes it worse. And it's also okay if you have a bit of texture. It'd be weird if you didn't. I love Taylor Swift. I could talk about Taylor Swift for so long. It's like becoming ill. It's like an illness. This Taylor Swift disease. There's also no way she's real. Like, Taylor Swift isn't real. She's also queer-coded. Also, Coraline is definitely queer-coded. Like, that little girl, she's definitely fruity. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color correct all the little bits on my face that I feel need it. And I have this little tray. I'm taking this little brush and I put some green on it, and I'm just gonna go over the spots and blend it out. A good trick to getting the coverage you want is when you put your concealer or your color corrector on the spot, just blend out the very outside of it so that it's still covering the spot, because there's no point if you just blend over it, then it's obviously going to be see-through. See, the green spots, but my skin looks really, really good. Now, I'm going to let that sit just for a bit because the primer's kind of damp. So now I have my slightly, I guess, oranger concealer. I have one that's paler. I'm gonna use this oranger concealer on my eyelids. I'm not gonna carve out my brows because this look doesn't really require it. I think they look perfectly fine. I'm just gonna put some on my lid. And then I'm gonna blend it out with the Beauty Blender. My nails look so bright. Wow. I painted my dad's nails. By nails, I mean his two middle fingers. So his two middle fingers are red, so we're matching. What I'm gonna do now that I have my concealer on my lids and it's sticky, instead of putting on actual eyeshadow, I'm just gonna contour my eyelids. So I have this Fit Me powder that's in like my skin tone shade, and then I have one that is darker. I'm gonna use the darker one with the Fenty Beauty brush that is like for highlight because it goes perfectly on your cheekbone. But I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna misuse it. See how that gives it a bit of contour definition? And then I'm going to take my Garden Variety by ColourPop palette, and I'm gonna take this lightest shade that is heavily used, and I'm gonna go on my lid with it. And now that I've done that, I'm gonna do a little wing. By little, I mean thin. Usually I do a thick wing, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna start at the bottom, and I'm gonna draw the bottom line first. And I'm gonna draw from the fold of my eyelid to the end of that line, and then I'm gonna connect it all to my eyelid. I'm happy with that. Now I have to do it on the other side. That looks fine. Now I'm gonna put on mascara, and I don't have an eyelash curler, so I'm just gonna hope for the best. Then I'm gonna put on some lashes, and you bet I'm using my 25mm spider lashes. I know some people are gonna be like, oh, you look better without them. Just keep the mascara. No. I'm gonna wear my lashes. Look at my tiny ass lashes. So now I've got my Duo lash glue. This shit, man, cried aggressively, and my lashes haven't budged because the glue is so good. So I'm gonna put it on there. I'm gonna put extra on the ends.
Let's go! Apola! Let's go! Apola!
I look fucking insane! Now I'm gonna take I have this paler concealer and this oranger concealer, and I'm gonna put the paler concealer down where I color corrected on my chin and jaw so that it blends into my neck. And then I'm gonna put the oranger one up in the center of my face. Now this is camp. My hair's getting in my face. I'm gonna get a headband. Blended it over my lips too, but yeah. No foundation, I just put concealer on my eyes, on my nose, on the spots on my forehead, which there were a lot of, and on my chin, and then I can blend it all into my cheeks. So you're not using too much, so it doesn't look heavy. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Fenty Beauty brush that I had earlier, and I'm gonna wipe it off on my shirt. Yas! And then I'm gonna take my lighter shade that looks fucking white, and I'm gonna put it under my eyes. So I guess I am using foundation, but not like liquid foundation, because that can look pretty cakey pretty easily. Now I'm gonna take this kind of flat brush and little brown eyeshadow shade. I'm just gonna dip it in just a little bit. I'm gonna put it at the very, very top of my cheekbone. I'm gonna turn this way so you can see it. It's making me nervous. So I'm gonna put it just there, and then I'm gonna blend it out. Remember, when you're doing contour, do not blend down, you blend out and up. That's grand. I'm gonna take that really, really light color in the ColourPop palette. I almost said ColourCock. ColourPop palette, that really, really light shade that I use a lot. And I'm gonna take the Fenty brush and I'm gonna dip it in there. And then I'm gonna swipe it along there. Like that. Because then it gives it even more of a contour look. And then I'm gonna blend it out. Don't worry, it won't look that flashback. Now I'm gonna take my blush and my little brush. I'm gonna dip it in just a bit because I prefer the bronze over the pink. And I'm gonna put it on this part of my cheek up here. Okay, now I'm gonna contour my nose using this end of this brush. And I'm gonna dip it in that same brown color that I used for my cheeks. Just a very little bit. This little bit goes a long way. I'm gonna start by going under and kind of like making a triangle. And then I'm gonna go along the sides. I'm bringing the side contour up into my eyebrows. And then I'm pulling it down on the sides. I'm gonna go right over the top.
Vamos carros y camionetas viejas para desarmar.
Now I'm gonna take my Fenty brush again, and I'm gonna use that light color from the ColourPop palette again. I'm gonna go on the very sides of my nose. I'm also gonna take it, I'm gonna bring it up into the very under part of my eyes. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this brush that I used for my nose contour. I'm gonna use the other side. I'm gonna take a little bit of blush. I forgot to do this earlier. I'm gonna take a bit of blush and I'm gonna go right under my eyes so you have that sickly look. And now I'm going to take my highlight brush and I'm going to put it in this other color in here that I've used a lot, this sparkly gold color. And I'm gonna put some product on it, and then I'm gonna spray it. Then I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna put it right on the very tip and down the center. I still have some, so I'm gonna put it on my cheek right here. Oh, I forgot to set my face. That's fine, I'll do that right now. I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty brush and I'm gonna wipe it off on my shirt. And then I poured some in the lid of the... I'm gonna put it on my jaw right here, under there, and the same thing on the other side. I have to hold my breath while I'm doing this. On my chin. Down the sides of my nose, or down the sides like, or smile lines I guess, because that creases. Then I'm going to put it up on the nose too. I realize I'm going to mess up my highlight, whatever. Other side, and then under my eyes. You bet that creases all the goddamn time. And then I'm going to put it at the center of my forehead. I'm going to take the highlight, I'm going to put it in my inner corner and on my brow bone. I have a funny feeling this video is going to be 8 hours long. I've put mascara on my bottom lashes, now I'm going to do my lips. So I'm obsessed with brown lip liner, so I have my NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. I'm gonna go around and overline my lips slightly because I have absolutely no lips. That looks good. And now I'm gonna take this other lip liner I have that's more of like a crayon, I think. It's CoverGirl. It's called CoverGirl Exhibitionist Lip Liner. And I broke it by dropping it. But it twists up, and I'm gonna just blend it just a bit in. Look at that. That's cute. And it's a very nice matte too. Now, sometimes I do a gloss, sometimes I don't. Like, I really don't know if I want to do a gloss. But I have a Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, and I'm just going to put a tiny, tiny bit. That's cute. It is now 7 p.m. It's super cloudy outside, but here's the final look.